Hello everyone, welcome to Offices Adda 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar and I am with you with the area of ABFM. Till now, in terms of the ABFM, we are done with A, B, C in terms of the YT classes, and Module D is right now going on. As you know, the exam is also approaching. I am now coming up with the marathon series, the mini marathon as well as the mega marathon. My Maha marathon would be on 7th of December, and kindly be there on that particular day. In the evening, I'll be starting with my session, and it is going to be a 5+ hours of the marathon there. And there are many marathon series is also going on. Please join it. At the same time, currently in my regular session, I'm covering up the topic of private equity and venture capital. Today, I'll be ending with the venture capital and continuing with the area of artificial intelligence as well. AI is basically the talk of the town that I'll be covering in the questions today as well. Acha, a few important things, everyone. We have the topic of private equity and venture capital, right? So let's talk about it. Let's finish this off today and let's start with AI as well. Okay, everyone, leveraged buyouts. Acha, what do you mean by leveraged buyouts? But this is a particular topic that I've seen in many chapters of Module D. And even in parts of Module C, you would have seen it. And leveraged. Leverage is basically when I borrow money from someone else. This is borrowed. Buyouts are a common type of private equity investment. Okay? In LBO, what role does a special purpose entity play in the acquisition process? What is the primary source of funding? Acha, one thing that many bankers had asked me in many classes, ki ma'am, what exactly is this SPV? But one of the simplest examples that I can say regarding SPV is special purpose vehicle. Uh, people normally what people do is if they want to kill someone, this is what you would have seen in many movies. They hire a sniper, a shooter who would kill someone else on their behalf so that their name doesn't come. Kind of Savdhan India kind of scenario. Yeah, it looks like that. SPV does the same. I want to take over the competing company, but I don't want my name involved in it. So what will I do? If I don't want my name involved in it, then what I'll do is this is me, and this is the special purpose vehicle, and this is the competitor that I want to buy. So I will help the SPV by financing it to buy this company. The moment it has got the control over this company, this SPV will liquidate or will get absorbed in my company. So I'm getting B. Till the time the end work is not done, nobody comes to know that behind the entire scenario, it was A, called special purpose vehicle, everyone. Right? Okay. Chaliye. Now let's move on to the next point as well. It says that SPV manages the acquired company funded primarily by equity. SPV provides cash for acquisition funded by debt. SPV handles negotiations funded by a mix of equity and debt. SPV acquires guarantees tax benefits funded primarily by debt. When we talk about the special purpose vehicle, they are able to survive because of uh, they are using their cash to buy the other company. In this case, what are they doing? They are doing a B point. Special purpose vehicle provides cash for the acquisition funded by the debt. Okay? So special purpose vehicle provides cash for the acquisition funded by the debt. Okay, here comes the next question, everyone. Venture capital is a subset of private equity that involves investors, angels providing capitals to the entrepreneurs. What stage of business development does Series A financing typically support? And what metric increased in the financial year 2021-22 in for the category 1 of venture capital funds? This is a hardcore question from a specific paragraph as it is taken. This is seed financing, decrease in the fund, series A financing. Acha, what are these seed financing, series A and early stage? These are stages of a startup. Okay? So when we talk about early stage, then we have seed financing, then we have series A. In this case, they are talking about what stage of business development does series A typically support. So series A financing is active competition in existing industries. Seed financing is decrease in fundraising. Then we have early stage financing, increasing the funds raised. Seed financing increases in the fund raised. What would be the answer in this case, everyone? The correct answer is C, early stage financing. ठीक है, the answer is early stage finance, increase in funds. So basically now, what stage of business development does series A financing typically support? They are actually helping the early stage finance. This is actually the beginning part of the startup of a business where they are badly in need of funds because they cannot sustain themselves. They are just like kids. The kids cannot work on their own to earn money, so the parents work during that period. This is the same thing. The venture capitalists, angel investors, these become the shareholders' shelter. The investors' shelter. They become the guiding part, or you can say the person who's helping them in taking the debts and all. So it is C, the early stage finance or increase in funds raised. Next point, what conditions must an individual meet to be considered an angel investor for an angel fund? Minimum net tangible assets for 1 crore rupees, serial entrepreneur with at least 5 years of experience, net tangible assets for of at least 2 crore rupees, excluding the value of principal residence, or early stage investment experience with a net worth of at least 5 crore rupees. What is it? What conditions must an individual meet to be considered as an angel investor? When we're looking towards an individual investor, angel investor, the answer would be C. They minimum have to have 2 CR of net tangible assets, excluding their principal residence. Matlab their home, other than their house, they should be having 2 CR in their pocket. That is net tangible assets of at least 2 CR, excluding the value of the principal residence. Okay. Now let's look at the next question. Which stage of private equity investments involve the provision of initial funding to take a concept from the prototype to a finished product or a service? Growth capital, Series A financing, seed capital, or late stage investments? What would be the answer in this case, everyone? Which stage of private equity investments involved in the of initial funding to take a concept from prototype to a finished product or service? The correct answer would be seed capital. This is again an early stage. Okay? This is the beginning of the startups there. The answer is seed capital. What is typically included in the early stages of private equity transactions involving the creation and distribution of condensed overview of investment opportunity, valuation stage, non-disclosure agreement, teaser sent by investment bankers, or memorandum regarding confidential information stage? What would be the answer, everyone, in this case? What typically included in the early stage of private equity? In the early stage of private equity involving the creation and distribution of condensed overview of investment opportunity. When we are looking at the early stages, when we are looking at this point, it is basically the teaser which is sent by investors, bankers stage. They send their proposal now. They are creating and distributing the condensed overview of the investment opportunity, whatever opportunity they possess. How are they sharing it is covered in this area. So the answer is C. The teaser sent by the investment banker stage. Everyone. So let's look at the next question now. I'm sorry. Why is a non-disclosure agreement required in private equity transactions? To determine the financial health of the acquired company, to prevent unauthorized use of confidential information, to facilitate the valuation process, or to disclose the investment thesis to potential acquirers. Why is NDA prepared? I'm sorry. NDA are prepared so that people are not disclosing the vital information of their uh, agreements. That is to prevent unauthorized use of confidential information. What is the common feature of the financial burden on aided companies in the early years of venture capital partnership? High financial burden, minimal financial burden, debt based financing, or government subsidies? When you're looking at it, what is the common feature of financial burden on aided companies? The companies which are basically uh, helped a lot from other organizations. They are basically organizations which are minimal financial burden. Okay? One of the financial burden on aided companies. The companies which are helped by the financial venture capitalists, they don't need anybody else to help them. So technically, they're in a stronger situation. That means they have minimal financial burden. So let's begin with the AI as well. We are starting with the topic of artificial intelligence. Okay, now what does the term artificial intelligence refer to? Do you know artificial intelligence is not something which is actually created? This is, okay, technically, Achane, this is actually something which is not uh, inherited. This is actually something which is created. I'm sorry about the earlier statement. When we talk about AI, AI is basically whatever vital information, whatever relevant information, whatever information you are putting into the those artificial brains, they will be able to process that information. That is why their intelligence is artificial. You put it in the particular computer system a specific set of information. If you have emotional feelings, then how do you define your emotions? You will talk to the AI and you will share the particular process of your emotions. uh, Multiple income tax cases, multiple law based cases, you share that. And what happens is when you share all these things, then they replicate, then what will happen? There was a case, I think there's a particular story, I don't know to what point it is correct, but in China, they started using these apps in order to uh, go for cases. And what happened is wherever the app was used, the particular person won the case. So ultimately, they said not to use the app at all, to go with for the cases, prepare yourself accordingly, and then go for it. Basically, an app can see multiple things without making any effort, isn't it? The app can definitely process a lot of cases at one point of time, isn't it? So, since it can process so much of information at one point of time, there is never a problem. The app will always win the case. So, basically, artificial intelligence is the information that you put in it. It doesn't have a thinking process of its own, but it is using our provided knowledge for its usage. Replication of animal intelligence, emulation of human intelligence in computers, computer programming language, or advanced robotics technology. Basically, it is emulation of human intelligence in computers. Uh, Not only the IQ, intelligence quotient, but also the emotional quotient. Now they are guiding people how to deal with their lives. You'll find that there are certain cases where people have started talking to the AI a lot. Matlab, there was a specific point. I don't know to what extent it was correct, but there was a point where I heard about the AI there, that people have started talking to AI a lot rather than their friends and their partners, than the spouses. So altogether, so what is happening is this is affecting their relationships with the people ultimately, because people are now getting dependent on AI. Now AI has no physical presence, so those things are also manipulating their minds to that extent that they are running away from the realities. Acha, here comes the next question, everyone. This question talks about the fact of, in the historical context, who is credited with being the first person to suggest a test to assess the machine intelligence? John McCarthy, Alan Turing, Nick Bostrom, or Google? Person who is behind the process, first person to use machine intelligence, was Alan Turing. Google had used the rank brain. For example, if I try to search something, my search ranking and your search ranking would be different based upon the content you see and content I see. So that is why everybody has their own specialized uh, Facebook pages, Instagram searches, and even Google searches. You will see the kind of history based searches that you would have made till now. So I can say, when we talk about this area of machine intelligence, that comes with the fact that Google introduced something way better than it. Matlab, not way better, but I believe it just got introduced through Google. I'm sorry. Next point. During which years did the majority of AI research focus on mostly on theoretical aspects of this field? 1956 to 1966, 66 to 76, 76 to 86, and 86 to 96. What was the time period in which this particular theory was used? It was 56 to 66 when AI was in the, matlab, it was started in 56 to 66. Think about it. I think I could hear a lot of things happening in the past few years. Sorry. Now let's look at the next point. The next point says, what is the primary objective of AI is as identified in the Dartmouth conference: to create realistic robots, to comprehend and stimulate human cognitive process, to replace human decision making, or to develop advanced computer programming languages. In the Dartmouth conference, it was the first thing that they talked about. Basically, the AI was first of all talked about in the Dartmouth conference only. So basically, in this area, to create the robotics was never the point. To comprehend and stimulate human cognitive process, or to replace human decision making. Human decision making cannot be replaced, because the computer will always consider only one thing: the information which it has, while a human will consider his human experience, his emotional experience, and an experience which is way beyond explanation as well. So how can we depend upon AI completely? And to develop the computer programming languages, no, it was B, to comprehend and stimulate the human cognitive processes. Okay, now comes the next point. What is the cube flow pipeline system designed for the for in the context of uh, AI? Cube flow pipeline system, everyone. In terms of cube flow pipeline system, what do they do? In terms of Kubeflow pipeline system, what are they talking about? They're talking about building and distributing machine learning workflows, creating intelligent computer assisted instructions, replicating human decision making, or simulating mental processes common to humans. So, what are they doing in this case? When we talk about Kubeflow pipeline system, it talked about building and distributing machine learning workflows. So we are looking at A. The answer is A, everyone. Building and distributing machine learning workflows. What is the primary function of Google Duplex as initially demonstrated by Google CEO Sundar Pichai? AI online food purchasing or restricted to the United States. What is the primary function of Google Duplex, everyone? When we're talking about the Google Duplex, it is initially demonstrated by Sundar Pichai. When they talked about it, now this was regarding doing the phone calls for someone else. For example, if I'm trying to talk to someone on phone, but again ultimately it's a commercial call, so sometimes it takes a lot of time. Now you are on waiting for a longer period, so the waiting period is handled by the AI, and even sometimes even the calling is also handled by it only. So what they do is they are scheduling the appointments using AI, and surprisingly people couldn't even get it that whether the human was on the other side or the AI, because they are taking pauses just like you and us. For example, if I'm talking and I'm like, acha. So those pauses are even also captured well by the AI. This is the power of AI which has come over the period of time. That is scheduling the phone appointments using AI. Now, how does the Google Duplex simulate human-like conversation during the phone appointments, adding robotic pauses and ums in the speech, restricting responses to predetermined phases? If there are predetermined phases, it is very much possible that they will come to know it's an AI. Avoiding the pauses for more efficient conversation or speaking in a monotone voice. The correct answer in this is adding the robotic pauses and ums in their speech. Okay, so let's end the session here. But before I end my session, everyone, let's talk about our website. Uh, you have to go to www.adda247.com, and this is the website. That is www.adda247.com. As soon as you go onto this area, what you need to do is click on the area of JIB and CAIIB. And in the JIB CIB Mahapack, you can take up the CIB Mahapack 2.0. It is available at double validity right now. Okay. In this case, this is the perfect time to purchase it. Why? Because double validity is going on, 81% discount is going on. So the price today is lowest. You just have to use the code Y541 and apply it, and you can get it for 6499 only. So this would be for 6499. Now the next point, if you are preparing for the CIP and you are giving the attempt of this 2024 and you are looking forward towards the revision courses, they are also available for November 2024. What you can do is you can take up our English course. The CIB Power Pack revision combo batch is here. You just have to use the code Y541 and apply it, and you can get it for 2999.80. So at this point of time, you can get our Power Pack in which we are covering all the subjects. I know one subject is already done, ABM is done, but BFM, then BRBL, ABFM, they are all there. So you can purchase this, and the price is quite less. It is 2999.80, and this would reduce further if you use the app, because whatever coins you have can be used. You can get at least 1% discount. That is 81% discount would be available to you. So kindly check it out on our website or on our app for further details, and hurry up everyone, get the pack as early as possible. Thank you.